Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is David, and in today's video, I'll be giving you a complete step-by-step guide on how to use ElevenLabs. I'll cover all of their powerful features such as text-to-speech, voice changer, and text-to-sound effects. I'll talk about what they are and how we can set them up. And I'll go through all of the settings you see on your dashboard over here. So everything on the left, I'll cover one by one and talk about how you can best use them for your projects. So if all of this interests you, then stick around, subscribe, and let's get into today's video. Now, the very first thing I want to talk about before we get into the features and functionalities is the pricing for ElevenLabs. So you will be happy to know that ElevenLabs offers a free plan so you can test them out at no cost to you. And then depending on who you are and your requirements, they have all of these different plans available, with each plan having unique features. You can pay for these plans on a monthly and yearly basis. And an important distinction to make over here is that each plan comes with a credit limit. So a credit is basically the currency you use on ElevenLabs to render any project. So if you want to, for example, create a new voice, a new voiceover, download new videos, all of that requires credits. With the free plan, you get 10K worth of credits, which is about 10 minutes of ultra high quality text to speech per month. And the more you pay, the more you get. So with the starter plan, you get 30K credits, which is 30 months, so on and so forth. So once we have that understanding, we can now go ahead and create our account. So I have a link in the description. If you click that link, you'll be directed to ElevenLabs homepage, and you can create an account very easily by going to the top right. So once you've created your account, I'll see you in the dashboard where we can begin talking about the features and functionalities. So once you've created your account, we'll be directed to ElevenLabs dashboard. And on the left over here, we have all of the different features we can play around with. And then on the right, depending on the feature you select, you have all of the different settings you can customize that feature with. So the first feature I want to talk about is text-to-speech, which is the core or most important feature in ElevenLabs. Using this feature, you can go ahead and paste in any text you want here and turn it into lifelike speech. So I can just go ahead and paste in my text. Once you have your text put in, you can go ahead and choose a voice by selecting this option. And there's multiple different voices to choose from. So for example, if I take a look at Daniel, we can see that ElevenLabs is telling me that Daniel is a British voice that is authoritative and that is male and middle-aged. I can compare that to, for example, someone like Grandpa Spuds, who's English, more gentle, and more conversational. So let's go ahead and preview both these voices to see the difference. So let me go ahead and play Daniel first.
The world is round, and the place, which may seem like the end, may also be the beginning.
So we can see it's pretty in line with the description it's provided, and this is what Grandpa Spud sounds like.
Let me tell you what my grandpa told me when I was just 6 years old.
So we can see he sounds quite a bit different to Daniel, and that's the beauty of ElevenLabs is depending on your text, you can choose any kind of voice you want. So for this example, I'm just going to go ahead and select Daniel. Once you select a voice, you have some settings available to you, which you can go ahead and tweak to further make the voice sound different. So there's three main settings. You have your stability, your similarity, and your style exaggeration. So when it comes to stability, you have two options. You have more variable or more stable. If I slide this to the more variable option, I'm basically telling this platform that, hey, I want this voice to be more dynamic, more ups and downs, more natural sounding, I guess, versus more stable, which basically is more monotone, better for like presentations and things like that. Okay, so that's what this slider specifically does. Next, we have our similarity where you have low and high. Now, similarity basically tells you that the more you go to the low side, the less it's going to sound like your target voice in the preview. So there's more creativity with the AI involved. And the more high you go, the more similar it will sound to the rendered preview. Lastly, we have our style exaggeration, which is either none or exaggerated. None basically keeps it neutral with the preview you heard. Exaggerated basically adds more drama and emotion. I'll just keep it at none for now. And then finally, we have speaker boost, which makes your voice louder and stand out in any mix. So I highly recommend having this enabled. Finally, we have this models option. Now, depending on when you're watching this tutorial, these models might change or be updated, but basically you can choose exactly which model of ElevenLabs you want to select for this particular voice. So for example, if I select 11 Turbo V2.5, it's 50% cheaper. So some models basically provide you with low latency voices, which are 50% cheaper to render. So they take up less credits to render. Similarly, you can choose a model that's only English based. So 11 English V1 is an example, and all of these different models you can play around with. For now, I'm just going to go ahead and select 11 Multilingual V2 for Daniel. So once you have all of these settings in place, you can go ahead and press the Generate Speech option. It will show you what your voice sounds like for your particular text. So let me just go ahead and play it.
Welcome to the future of AI-generated audio.
So that's what we can see it sounds like, and I can go ahead and regenerate the speech. They give me 2 free regenerations based on new settings. So that's text to speech in a nutshell. The next feature I want to talk about is this voice changer option. So when it comes to voice changer, you're basically transforming existing audio into a completely new voice. So I'll show you how you can do this. You can upload an existing audio or record one into the mic directly, and then we will tell ElevenLabs that this recording I've made to change it to Daniel's voice and all of these different settings I've set up. Okay, so let me go ahead and do this right now. So here we are, everyone. I went ahead and added this recording, which is 8 seconds long, and it sounds like this. Hi, everyone. I'm creating a test recording using ElevenLabs Voice Changer, and the goal is to take my voice and transform it into Daniel's voice. So once we've heard this recording, now I'm going to go ahead and press the Generate Speech option and show you how using one click we can completely transform this voice.
Hi everyone, I'm creating a test recording using ElevenLabs Voice Changer, and the goal is to take my voice and transform it into Daniel's voice.
So there we are, everyone. We can see my voice was completely transformed into Daniel's voice using ElevenLabs, and that's why the Voice Changer tool is a very cool feature. So once we have that understood, the next topic I want to talk about is this Voices option. Now, in your Voices setting, this isn't necessarily a feature, but rather a library for all of the existing voices that we can choose from on ElevenLabs. So if we scroll down, we can see these are the voices available. But more importantly, if I go ahead and press the library option, we can go ahead and sort these voices out based on different categories that are available to us. And we have a bunch of filters available on the right. So you can sort firstly by most user. So these are the most popular voices that people are using. So we can see Adam Stone is being used by 186,000 people. Here you can go ahead and sort by a particular language. Here you can sort by a particular accent. And if you press this more filters option, you have category. So I can select professional, the gender, let's just select male, and the age category, you can go ahead and select young, middle-aged, or old. And depending on that, you will have different voices that are available to you. Now, similarly over here under collections, you can go ahead and see the different voices that are categorized based on a particular theme. So here, if you want meditative voices, so these are calming voices or soothing voices, they're available to you. And similarly, if you want epic voices or festive voices, you can go ahead and choose that. So if we go back to our library tab, if there's a voice that you're particularly interested in, you can press the add option and it will be added to your voices tab, which will be available to you right here. So we can see these are my voices that I have added. And then one very important note here is if you go ahead and press this add a new voice, and right here, you can design a voice from scratch using text prompts, or you can clone your voice with only a few minutes of recording. So you can just talk into a mic and then it will clone it for you. And you can use your own voice for narration or dictation. And here we have professional voice clone where you have to basically provide 30 minutes of clean audio. And this just gives you a more realistic replica of your own voice. For this example, I'm just going to show you how we can create a new voice using voice design. So this is with a text prompt. So you can put in a prompt here like we see an old British male with a raspy deep voice. And this is the text that this voice is going to preview. So once you have a prompt in place, we can press generate voice. And based on this prompt and text, it's going to give us 3 options of voices we can choose from. So we can see here we have our 3 voices now, and this is what voice 1 sounds like.
The night air carried whispers of betrayal.
This is what voice 2 sounds like.
The night air carried whispers of betrayal.
And finally, voice number 3.
The night air carried whispers of betrayal.
So let's say I'm interested in voice number 1. I can select it and press the select voice option. And then here I can just go ahead and give the voice a name. So let's just call this British accent voice for Matt. And then go ahead and give it a value. So this is in English, so that's fine. And then if you want to give it a description, you can do that and press save voice. So once you have all of that set up, we can see we have this voice available to us, and I can use this voice moving forward in any projects that I want. Now, the next topic here is our sound effects, and this is pretty self-explanatory. Over here, you can go ahead and create sound effects using ElevenLabs. So you can, for example, try things like car whizzing by, percussion sounds, animal sounds, or you can type something in like I did over here, an eagle squawking overhead. Whatever you type, you can go ahead and press the settings option, and then again, choose some of these settings like determine how long your generation should be. So you can choose, for example, 0.5 seconds to 22 seconds. I'll just keep it at 8 for now. And then here we have prompt influence. So the more you go on the creative side, the more the AI will take control. And the more you go to the follow prompt side, the more it will strictly follow your request. So I'll keep it over here for now. And once you have your settings in place and your particular prompt good to go, you can go ahead and press the generate sound effects. So once it's been generated, we have them available over here and we can quickly play them. So I'll just show you what generation 1 sounds like. Okay, and then let's just compare that to, let's say, generation 3. So if there's one that you particularly like, you can just go ahead and download it and then use it in any particular video. Now, there's this Explore tab available to you. So similar to our Voices tab, you can go ahead and explore specific sound effects based on specific categories. So let's say I'm interested in drone effects. I can go ahead and select that. And then once I select that, I'll see all of these different ones available to me. So I can just go ahead and preview them or download them. If you go ahead and press this Use Prompt option, you can see right here, then the prompt just comes up and you can further go ahead and edit it to create a new sound effect based off this initial prompt. Now, with all of this in mind, the next thing I want to talk about is this Agents tab. So let's go ahead and click that. So once you do that, you will be directed over here where you can create your first AI agent. Now, before we do that, if you don't know what an AI agent is, it's basically your own personal virtual assistant for your business. So let's say, for example, you own an e-commerce store where you sell a bunch of products, you offer shipping, you have refund policies, and you have customers that have questions on all of these different things. You can have an AI agent be trained to answer those questions the customers have. So that means no customer support reps, no humans, all of it can be automated through AI agents, and that's why we're creating this. So to create this, we can just go ahead and press create an AI agent, and you can build one from scratch, or you can go ahead and use an existing template that ElevenLab has. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and use the support agent template, and then we can go ahead and call this agent support agent, and then press the create agent option. So once we do that, we can see our agent has been created, and right here we have all of the different settings for our agent. So I'll go through these settings very quickly. So first we have agent language. This is the language the agent will communicate in. We have set it to English. First message is basically how it will greet customers or people. We just have it at how can I help you today. System prompt is basically us telling the agent what the persona for the agent is. So we're telling the agent it's named Eric, it's very friendly and enthusiastic, and it generally gives responses in 3 to 7 sentences. Here is the language learning model that it will use. So you can choose between these options. We just have it at Gemini 1.5 Flash. Temperature, basically over here, if you slide this more to the left, this will basically make the agent give more factual responses. And the more you slide it to the right, it will give more creative or random responses. Okay, so let's just keep it in the middle for now. And then over here, we have limit token usage. So here we're basically telling the AI how many words or how much it should talk. If you set it to -1, it's basically unlimited. So it'll give as big of an answer it needs to. And then here we have our knowledge base. So this is an important setting because here you can basically tell the agent all of the information about your service or business so that it can better answer questions. So you can go ahead and upload things like your FAQ documents, any URL, any text, so that it can feed from that information and respond to people. And then tools, similarly here, if you have any tools that it can use to help users, you can go ahead and add those tools over here to give it better information. And if I scroll up to the top again here, we have our voice. So basically what the voice of your AI agent is, very straightforward stuff. And then some of the settings we've talked about like stability and similarity. Over here, we have analysis. So once customers start giving us responses, if there's any data points you want to collect, you can add that over here and it will collect it and you can further analyze it. Under security over here, it's basic questions like if you want to allow authentication before people connect to your agent, and if there's specific URLs and things you want to add, you can put them over here. Then finally over here, we have our advanced settings. So I'm going to go ahead and skip this for now and go to the widgets option. So here we have our embedded code. So here, if you go ahead and just copy this code and put it onto your website, then you can go ahead and use your AI agent on that particular website. And then here you can go ahead and tweak exactly how the agent should look. So let's say, for example, if I want the background color to look black, I can go ahead and put that in, and we can see it changes what the AI agent looks on the right. Okay, so all of your different changes you can make, and then once you're happy with it, you can just go ahead and press the save option. So once we've embedded our agent and once we've made all of these different tweaks to it, the next thing we can do is very quickly is test it by pressing this test AI agent option. So we can see right here, we're directed to this page where I can go ahead and call my AI agent and see what it sounds like.
Hi, I'm Eric. How can I help you today?
Can you help me navigate my website's FAQ page to find certain questions that might help customers out?
Of course. I'd be happy to help you navigate your website's FAQ page. Could you tell me a little more about what you're looking for? For example, what is the website's name or URL? Or are you looking for a specific question or topic on the FAQ page? The more information you can give me, the better I can assist you.
So there we are, everyone. That's a quick snippet into how you can test and create AI agents to see what they sound like. And once you've completed your call, you can go to your conversations here and you can see a history log of all of your conversations. If I go ahead and press this option right here, we can see this is a summary of what the call was, the transcription in terms of what question I asked and how it answered, and any kind of information will be available for you right here. Now, similarly, under this phone numbers option, you can go ahead and add a phone number and connect it to your AI agent so that whenever somebody calls that number, they will directly be linked to your AI agent to answer any questions. Okay, so that's what you can do over here. Then over here, we have our projects tab. I won't spend too much time over here. This is basically like a file organizer where you can put all of your related audio and video clips for a project under one space. Here we have our voiceover studio. So this is a beta feature that's been created, but here you can directly make any changes on ElevenLabs. So you can upload videos and audio files and then make any changes and tweaks that you want directly on this platform. Over here, we have our dubbing studio. So this is very self-explanatory in terms of what it does. Anytime you want to go ahead and create a dub, you can press this option. You can go ahead and call your dub whatever you want. You can then go ahead and put in a particular YouTube video or whatever video you have, just enter the URL and then create a dub for it based on the source language it is and the target language it provides. And then it will basically dub that video for you. Then finally over here, everyone, we have audio native. And here, basically, you can go ahead and put in code on your website that allows ElevenLabs to automatically voice any content on a particular web page. Okay, so I can just scroll over here, take this particular link, put it in there. And what it will basically do is once this link is on that page, any text that is on that page, it will basically read it out for people that are on that page. Okay, so that's what this audio native function is. Then over here, we have our voice isolator option. So this is a very cool option. Basically here, you can go ahead and upload a particular audio that is not very high quality. So if you have sound in the background, wind tunnels, so on and so forth, it will basically take all of that background noise and clean it up for you. So if we go ahead and press this watch demo option together, we can see this is what it will look like if we use this feature.
Need to remove background noise from your video? Use our new voice isolator model for crisp.
So that's what this feature is. It's a very helpful feature. All you have to do is just upload your audio and it does all of the work for you. Finally, we have AI speech classifier. Here you can basically detect if a particular audio clip was created using ElevenLabs. So you can just upload your particular audio and it will tell you if this particular audio was created on ElevenLabs. So with that being said, everybody, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it educational. If you did, then go ahead and press the like button and share it with your friends. And if you want to see more content like this, then consider subscribing to the channel. On that note, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.